Strap in, because we're about to rocket through a gallery of moments that will leave you absolutely stunned. Ann-Margret isn't just a Hollywood name. She's the spark plug that turned whole decades electric, and the images we've lined up prove it. Don't blink and definitely don't bounce early, the most jaw-dropping frames are waiting at the end. This isn't merely nostalgia. It's a front-row seat to the scenes that minted a legend. A quick primer for the uninitiated. Born in Sweden in 1941. Raised stateside, Ann-Margret tore into the 1960s with that smoky voice, copper flame hair, and a kinetic energy nobody could bottle. She tangoed with Elvis in Viva Las Vegas, charmed the world in Bye Bye Birdie, and kept turning heads on stages and red carpets. But the real headline? She never played small. On camera and off, she radiated a fearless, high-octane presence that said, "Turn away if you can." Spoiler, nobody could. So what do we mean by left nothing to the imagination? Start with Viva Las Vegas, 1964. Picture Ann-Margret in a lipstick red dress, movement like Quicksilver, and Elvis trying, honestly, to match the tempo. The camera doesn't just record her. It chases her. Every line, every spark is alive, and the stills from that set carry the same voltage decades later. She isn't simply singing. She's issuing a challenge and winning by a landslide. Fans call it one of the all-time great screen pairings for good reason. The photos practically hum, but the fuse keeps burning. Slide to the Swinger, 1966 chrome motorcycle, glittering bodysuit, the kind of promotional shots you can spot from across a room. The face says, "Catch me if you can," and the posture says you won't. It's bold, it's brash, and it's unmistakably Ann-Margret. Crew accounts from the era talk about her between takes momentum, laughing, improvising, gifting photographers bonus frames that ended up everywhere. She didn't meet the moment. She multiplied it. Now swing to Tommy, 1975, the rock opera fever dream where Ann-Margret detonates expectations. There's a sequence, wild, messy, unforgettable, where glamour collides with chaos, and she commits with total abandon. The images from that set are legend not because they're tidy but because they're truthful, a star who refuses half measures. The performance earned top-tier accolades, but the photos told their own story, raw, nerve-wrapped, and absolute control. How did she get so big? By never shrinking. Early Vegas engagements with George Burns showcased sparkly, body-skimming costumes and a stage presence built for the back row. By the time Hollywood came calling, she had already learned to move like a headline. She once joked about loving speed on her Harley and in life, and you can see that zest stamped on every frame, astride a bike, arm in arm with icons, or stepping out in a plunging showstopper at a premiere. Fans didn't just accept the audacity, they celebrated it. A few photos deserve special shoutouts. There's a silver jumpsuit shot from her Vegas era, hair wild, grin dangerous, zipper flirting with gravity, that still circulates because it feels impossibly modern. Then a still from Carnal Knowledge, 1971, opposite Jack Nicholson, satin robe, one shoulder slipping, tension you can practically hear. The role drew Oscar attention. The imagery cemented a cultural memory, unguarded, magnetic, and utterly self-possessed, and it didn't end in the 70s. Fast forward, in 2022, at 81. She arrives at an awards event in a sleek black gown with daring architecture and serene confidence. Social feeds promptly ask, "Wait, how old?" More recent appearances keep the streak alive, elegant silhouettes, that signature copper glow, and yes, the lavender Harley with daisies making cameos like a co-star. The throughline is obvious, time passes. Presence doesn't fade. If this ride reminded you why the icon endures, smash that like, drop your favorite Ann-Margret moment in the comments, Viva Sizzle, Tommy Mayhem, Carnal Knowledge Cool, or a later year's glow, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next deep cut dive. The celebration doesn't stop here. See you in the next one.